Hey dreamers, some of you have asked about my tools and spreadsheets, and honestly, there's nothing really special or magic about what I use, but I'm happy to show you how I think about tools and why I use what I use. So in this video, I'll get super tactical about dividend forecasting tools, analysis resources, and how I do my spreadsheets. My philosophy is I want tools that are free, easy, and don't distract me. I've seen other people with dashboards packed with 10,000 parts and pieces, and I'm sorry, but that's not my jam. Investing can be intimidating, and I want this to be as easy as possible for you and crystal clear so I can focus in on what matters. And would I pay $20 for someone else's spreadsheet? Heck no. I don't know what calculations are under there. Plus, I could buy another share of AQN or something. Jeez. Anyway, let's first dive into a new free tool I've seen used. So this is a cool tool called The Rich, and this is my iPad that I'm sharing. And one cool thing is that you can create a couple of different portfolios. So I've put in my portfolio, and then I have another portfolio there that you can test things out and put what if scenarios into. So in the portfolio that I put in, you can see total assets here in and the breakdown, and total dividends in the breakdown. Now, one thing that kind of bothers me is that these numbers are a little off. I have more in assets and more in dividends. I'm actually, I think, just over 75K at this point. But anyway, it's 95, 98% correct. I like that you can see the monthly dividends across the entire year, and then also the breakdown of industry, consumer staples, communications, etc. That's kind of nice. You can see the calendar icon that if you click, it opens up something like this, and you can see previous dividend or announced dividends and the estimations. And the only thing that bothers me here, still a little buggy, is that, for example, I know that BCE paid out on the 18th and 20th, but you can see here it's not listed on the 18th, and there's no little dot on the 20th. So that's just one example of, it's not perfect, and you can put in for errors and they'll fix things, but this is a free app. So in any case, so the calendar is kind of a nice area where you can see dividends coming up and when they are arriving. Estimation BNS 494. You can go ahead to the month of May. Lows $37.20. O 257.39 on the 13th. And then you can go back and forth to different months. So that's the calendar feature, kind of nice. And then back on the main screen, you can look into your holdings, Apple, AbbVie, Abbott Labs, AQN, your estimate, profit and loss, which I just put in the current price for that day. I set this up a couple of days ago, so you can see it's just calculating based on that. And you can see on the right-hand side the amount of shares that you have, the average price, and the yields, which is nice at a glance. So I like that part about this tool. And then you can hit edit, where you can edit a holding. If you've purchased more, you can change the amount of shares. It automatically brings in the average price, so that's kind of nice. Hit confirm, and then press edit again, and it goes back to, it updates your portfolio. If you want to set up a test portfolio, you can just add asset. And so, for example, we could add realty income. You could then put in a test amount, like let's say we put in, I don't know, maybe 500 shares, and that hit current price, and boom, it tells you that'll be $36,345. It'll kick off about $1,500 worth. The next payment on May 13th would be $123.50. And so then you can decide, okay, I've got one stock there, it's monthly, let's maybe add another one. I add new asset. Let's say we do maybe Altria, so ticker symbol MO. And then you can add in the amount you want to test, like let's say 200 shares. You hit current price, it fills it in, You confirm it. And now you can see that the monthly chart changes and the industry amount changes, and you can see the total dividends as 2,202. The other thing is you can hit the My News tab and then see all of the news related to the stocks that you just selected, which is kind of nice. So that's the Rich. If you like that tool, go ahead and download the app. It's free, have at it. But if you've been watching me for a while, you know that my favorite dividend income estimator tool is inside of TD Ameritrade. It's essentially the reason why I even started a brokerage inside of TD Ameritrade. So this is my smaller account. I've got about $450,000 in here. And right now it's almost kicking off $23,000. So what I love about this tool is that this is forward looking, so you can see May, June, July, and then into 2023, January, February, etc. And as stocks announce their dividend increases, it automatically gets added here. As my dividends reinvest, it automatically gets added here. There's no weird bugs. It's a formal brokerage account, so it's automatically calculating everything that you would want in order to see accurate information. So you can see in this smaller portfolio, I've got about 5.11% yield. It's kicking off about $19.15 a month. And then you can see the detail of all of my holdings in this account down here, the next pay date, the yield, the dividend per share, how many shares I own, the market value, estimated total income for the year, etc. So in my mind, this is the Mack Daddy. I'm not going to go through scenario planning here because I already have in a different video called What to Do for Passive Income with $10,000, $50,000, and $100,000. So feel free to check out that video. Now, I believe E-Trade has a tool like this as well, but unfortunately, Fidelity does not. Let's go there next. All right, so let's say you've experimented with the dividend income estimator tool. You've decided what you want to buy, and now you have a portfolio. How do you look at your portfolio in a spreadsheet like I have, where it's nice and tight and beautiful like this one? Well, first, what you want to do in your Fidelity account is go to your Positions tab, and then there's a new tab called the Dividend View. Once you click on the Dividend View tab, it shows a variety of different information. And what I do is just click on this little download icon, and the next thing you know, you have raw output. Then I simply highlight the raw output like this, select Format as a Table, click a format that I like, and there you have it. Now it looks exactly like my spreadsheet. You can sort by yield, largest to smallest. You can sort by estimated annual income. You can sort by quantity of share, anything you'd like. So it's really as simple as that in order to get the spreadsheet that I create. Now, how do I get my monthly spreadsheet? Very similar. This time you're going to want to go to your Activity and Orders tab, and under History, select your time period, showing dividends and interest, and then you click Download. It spits out a raw dividend history, and you do the same thing. You just strip out the parts you don't want. You can highlight here, hit the Data tab, Filter, go largest to smallest to filter out all the reinvestments, take those out, and then simply cut and paste it in. It's really that simple and doesn't take me very long every month. In TD, it's just slightly different. If you want full portfolio, you just go to your Positions tab and hit Export. If you want monthly dividend output, you go to your Transactions tab, select Dividends, and Download. And then you cut and paste it in. Now, in the past, I've also created Google and Excel sheets with embedded feeds, but found them to also be manual in that you need to continue to update your shares, and sometimes the feeds had data issues and the sheets got corrupted. So nothing is really as good as the source. Last, I want to show you how to create a chart like this, which you've probably seen in my videos, my favorite Canadian stocks or my favorite SIN stocks. So this one is a little more labor. It's essentially going to find the core KPIs and then manually typing them here. But it's really not that difficult, and there's just a couple of different resources that you can find all of the information you need. So of course, if you have a Fidelity account, you can find it all if you go to the research page of a stock. In this case, let's pick AbbVie, and then you just hit View All. Once you do that, you can find information. For example, if you click on the More link on the Dividend section. So here you can see the 5-year growth percentage, and under the Dividends Detail tab, you can see how that dividend has been increasing over the past several years. Now down at the bottom, so if you scroll all the way to the bottom, this is where you can find the beta, which is a measure of risk, and also compare it against business competitors. And then I like to augment that with information from Seeking Alpha. So here's AbbVie on Seeking Alpha. Under the Dividends tab and Dividend Yield, you can find the yield. You can check out the 5-year growth rate, CAGR. Under Dividend Safety, you've got the payout ratio, 42%, very good. And then under Dividend History, you've got the consecutive years of dividend growth and the consecutive years of dividend payments. So all you have to do is just decide which stocks you want to take a look at and plug that simple information in here. So that's a little behind the scenes on how I create my charts and spreadsheets and some of the resources I use to do my simple analysis. See, there's really nothing to it, and you can do it. I hope you find these free tools useful, and as always, I encourage you to keep learning, keep implementing, do your research, and then put it into practice. As a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, so keep in mind these videos are for entertainment and inspiration only. See you on the flip side.